Gas station log buddies. Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? Hey buddies, I love everybody. You're my buddies. So yeah, I was just sitting here thinking. I had me some lunch. I had a can of SpaghettiOs and some strawberry applesauce. That was pretty nice. And these little lunchy pack things that I got, they're awesome. They're my buddies. So, yeah, I was just thinking about how all those Star Trek suites that I've made over the years, I made all 79, I made music suites of all 79 episodes of the original series Star Trek. And I'm actually surprised how many people over the years have been like, dude, you gotta send me that. I have to have my hands on that stuff. And so it's cool to know that my music suites are out there circulating all over the world because people wanted them. Gas station log. It's 7 o'clock, and it started out all rainy and cloudy and moo, but now it's a beautiful day.
Hey, buddies, it's a beautiful day. How the sun is blinding me. Beautiful day, buddies. Yay, buddies. And the rain came down, the rain came down, the rain came down, buddies. Yay, buddies. Look, the rain came down. The rain's coming down, buddies. Yay.
Gas station log. It's 7 o'clock, and this dark, dreary day, it's trying to be nice, but it's also trying to be mean and blah and boo outside. Why's it gotta be like that? Meh. As you can see, my young friend. Gas station log. It's with a heavy heart that I have a few things I want to talk about. I just got out of the shower. It was pouring rain today, and I got poured on, and I was soaked. And I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get out of these wet clothes. I gotta take a shower. Tina and I are broke up. I don't really like talking about other people's business on here, except for my own. But anyway, I felt that the relationship wasn't working, so she left. So I'm in the shower and I'm talking to Jesus, because that always seems to happen. I find myself, I don't know what it is about dealing with a breakup that makes certain things come back up. Back in 2015, I was living in Bloomington, Illinois. I was living a relatively fruitless life. Other than the fact that I was, talking to Jesus every day, doing what he said. I was a social hermit. I talked to hardly anybody. I basically hung out on Facebook and shared my experiences with Jesus on Facebook and had almost nothing to do with the outside world. And then this girl came along, and God told me to marry her, and he set up this whole scenario where I was able to move down here. I mean, I had been pretty much just sitting tight in Bloomington for 5 years while God took care of a bunch of stuff. Like, it would have fallen apart. I don't know how many girls have shown interest in me, whatever. We try to get together. It does not work out. But here was a situation where a girl lived in Kentucky. I live in Illinois, and her dad came and got me from Illinois. I packed up all my stuff. We loaded it up. He brought me back down here. He brought me down here to Kentucky, let me stay with them. And they turned out to be the coolest family I've ever actually had the privilege of knowing. I loved hanging out with those guys. I was thinking back to all the awesome times that JR and I hung out and talked about God and the Bible and theology and doctrines and stuff like that. And I really miss those times. That was quite possibly 2016 as a whole was probably the best year of the past decade that I've had. I felt like I had lots of friends, lots of connected friends. They meant something. We were there for each other. And then in 2017, everything just started drifting away. And now here I am in 2018. My wife that I moved down here for has left me. We're divorced now. I hardly ever see anybody. And I feel like I'm right back to, I'm living in a motel and I'm a hermit that happens to have a job. And I do a video blog on Facebook and YouTube where I talk about things. But I feel like I've lost so much. I had one of the coolest families I could have ever asked for. And now they're just acquaintances to me. They were my family, and now I hardly ever see any of them. We hardly talk. I feel like I've lost so much. And it makes me sad. I told Jesus, I told him for years. I told him, hey, will you please make sure that Sam is born and into a family, and will you please make sure that they raise him in such a way that he learns to walk with you himself, that he isn't just raised in church and goes to church and becomes worldly that goes to church. I asked him, will you please make sure he grows up to have a relationship with you? And as far as I know, that is happening. God was like, sure, no problem. I'm on it. Don't worry about it. I've got it covered. But when I asked him, do not let me get married until I find the one that I can spend the rest of my life with, he told me to go marry a girl, and she left me in a year. And I still feel like God let me down a little bit, even though he's explained it to me. I'm left feeling like I never want to get married again. I never want to date again because it was never supposed to happen. I feel like the laws of time have been violated. And in order to make sure that time unfolds correctly from here on out, I can never date anyone and I can never get married ever again, because I was supposed to be married for the rest of my life, and that isn't gonna happen. It didn't happen, and so now I don't know. I'm kind of sad, but at the same time I know that all I need is Jesus, and I can live the rest of my life and be single, and we can do life just me and Jesus, and it'll be fun. Because if anything I can say about Jesus, he's given me an exciting, adventurous life. I still wish I had a family. I really miss the family I had. They were the coolest people. They are some of the coolest people I've ever known. And with that, even in all my sadness, I know that I still have Jesus. I will always have Jesus. Good night. And God bless.